A man walked past 5 trucks at an auction last month. He didn't even slow down. Meanwhile, his neighbor just signed a $71,000 loan for a brand new pickup with a screen that freezes in the cold. Funny thing, those 5 ignored trucks will likely outlive that new one by a decade. Nobody wants them. That's exactly why they're still cheap. Today, I'm breaking down 5 pickups everyone overlooks, but experts quietly call the last honest trucks ever built. Drop where you're watching from below. Let's start with the one most people laugh at first. Number 5, the Nissan Frontier from the mid-2000s. People laugh at this one because it's a Nissan, not a Ford or a Chevy. That reputation kept the price low for years, but here's the truth nobody advertises. The 4-liter V6 in this truck was built to work, not to impress. A landscaper outside Atlanta runs 3 of these daily. Mulch, tools, trailers, the whole grind. Not one has needed a major repair. He didn't pick Nissan out of loyalty. He picked it because it stopped costing him money. Owners regularly push these past 250,000 miles with nothing but oil changes and basic care. Compare that to a modern turbocharged truck, where carbon buildup on the intake valve starts creeping in before 60,000 miles. This old Frontier doesn't know what that problem even is. Right now, clean examples still sell for under $15,000. That price won't last much longer. Number 4, the Honda Ridgeline from 2006 to 2009. This one gets mocked the hardest. Truck guys have argued for 20 years about whether it even counts as a real truck. That argument is the reason it's still cheap. Honda dropped a proven V6 into this thing, the same engine family used in the Pilot and the Odyssey for decades. It just doesn't quit. Annual maintenance costs sit around $500 to $600 a year, which is shockingly low for this segment. While other truck owners deal with timing chains and carbon cleanup, Ridgeline owners are mostly just changing oil and moving on with their lives. It hauls up to 5,000 pounds, has a lockable trunk built into the bed, and does everything most owners actually need day to day. The stigma kept the price down. That stigma is starting to fade and buyers are catching on fast. Both of these trucks share something simple. Nobody bought them for status. Nobody wrote a song about them. They just kept running long after flashier trucks needed a tow. That pattern isn't a coincidence, and it's about to get a lot more obvious. The next truck on this list isn't cheap because it's boring. It's cheap because Ford basically forgot they ever built it. Ford basically forgot they ever built it, and that's number 3, the Ford Ranger from the early 2000s. Ford killed this truck in 2011. They figured buyers had moved on to bigger, flashier trucks. They were wrong, and it took them almost a decade to admit it. During that gap, a whole group of buyers realized the old compact Ranger did everything they actually needed, without any of the extra weight or extra cost. A retired guy named Paul bought a 2003 Ranger with the 4-liter V6 for $8,502 years ago. He uses it for odd jobs and hauling around his property. He calls it the best vehicle he's ever owned, and he means it. No payments, no dashboard warning lights, no surprise repair bills, just a truck that starts every morning and does the job. Because Ford never loaded this thing with luxury trim or turbocharged tech, there's barely anything on it that can fail. Clean examples with that engine are now selling between $12,000 and $18,000. 5 years ago, the same truck sold for $4,000. The people who found it early are the ones smiling now. Quick pause here. If you're the kind of person who'd rather buy something boring and reliable than something shiny and expensive, hit subscribe. This channel exists for exactly that kind of buyer, and there's a lot more coming. Now here's where things get more serious. The next truck on this list isn't just overlooked. It's actively avoided by most buyers, for reasons that sound convincing until you actually look at the numbers. This is where the stigma gets stronger and where the real savings start showing up. Some trucks get ignored because they're boring. This next one gets ignored because of a name that never earned respect in America, despite doing everything right from day one. Nissan tried to enter the full-size truck market in 2004 with a serious engineering effort. A fully boxed steel frame, a strong V8 engine. Real towing numbers that matched anything from Ford or Chevy at the time. It should have competed directly with the big names. Instead, buyers walked past it in dealer lots because the badge on the hood wasn't familiar enough. That single detail, not engineering, not durability, cost this truck its reputation for 20 years. And it's about to cost you very little if you know where to look right now. That badge problem has a name, and it's number 2, the Nissan Titan from 2004 to 2009. This is the most undervalued full-size truck of that entire era, full stop. Under the hood sits a 5.6-liter V8 making 305 horsepower, paired with a frame built to tow up to 9,500 pounds. That's not a compact truck spec. That's a real competitor to anything Detroit was building at the time. But Nissan never carried the history that Ford or Chevy had in this segment, so buyers never paid a premium for it. They still don't. A clean, well-kept Titan from this generation sits under $15,000 in most markets right now. Compare that to a modern full-size half-ton, which starts around $45,000 before you add a single option. This older Titan has no turbo lag, no cylinder deactivation quietly wearing out lifters, and no complicated systems waiting to fail once the warranty runs out. It's just a V8 doing exactly what a V8 is supposed to do. Owners have documented these running well past 200,000 miles with nothing unusual required. The market hasn't caught up to this truck yet, and that gap won't stay open forever. Now for number 1, the truck that ties this entire list together. The Toyota Tacoma from the mid-2000s, specifically the models with the 4-liter V6 or the 2.7-liter 4-cylinder. Here's what makes this one different from everything else on this list. The used market already figured it out, and prices have climbed hard because of it. Clean examples that sold for $6,000 at auction a decade ago are now clearing $20,000 to $30,000. That jump isn't random. Its buyers realized these engines were built before carbon buildup, before variable displacement, before any of the shortcuts modern trucks use to hit fuel economy targets. A woman named Sandra bought a 2006 Tacoma with 110,000 miles on it 6 years ago for $14,000. She just had it appraised. It came back at $21,000. Her truck went up in value while she drove it every single day. Very few vehicles in any category can make that claim, and none of them cost less to maintain than this one. That's the whole lesson wrapped into a single truck. Cheap, ignored, and quietly worth more than anyone expected. 5 trucks, 5 stories, one pattern running through every single one of them. The trucks nobody wanted are the trucks still running, while the trucks everyone lined up for are already Bria. That pattern isn't luck, and it isn't nostalgia talking. It's simple physics versus modern marketing. Every truck on this list shares one quiet trait: none of them were built to impress anyone. They were built to start every morning, carry weight, and keep going without asking for attention. That's the opposite of how trucks get sold today. Walk into any dealership right now, and the pitch is about screens, horsepower numbers, and financing options stretched across 6 or 7 years. Nobody's selling you on an engine that simply refuses to fail. That sales pitch doesn't exist anymore because it doesn't need marketing. It sells itself through word of mouth, through guys like Paul and Danny and Sandra who never planned on becoming case studies. They just wanted a truck that worked. Here's the part that should actually bother you. The industry didn't accidentally move away from trucks like these. Complexity became the business model. Turbocharged engines chase fuel economy numbers that regulators demand. Touchscreens and subscription features justify sticker prices climbing past $70,000. Every added system is another part that eventually fails, and another repair bill that lands squarely on you once the warranty runs out. Meanwhile, these 5 trucks were built in a window before any of that took over, before cylinder deactivation started killing lifters, before direct injection started clogging intake valves, before smart became a synonym for expensive to fix. None of this means new trucks are worthless. It means the math has changed and most buyers haven't noticed yet. A $15,000 truck that runs for another decade with basic maintenance beats a $70,000 truck financed for 6 years. Especially once you add up what that new truck actually costs to keep running past year 5. The used market is starting to catch on. Prices on some of these trucks have already climbed fast, and the ones that haven't moved yet won't stay cheap for long. That's not a guess. That's exactly what happened to the Tacoma, and it's already happening to the Titan right now. So here's the real takeaway. Cheap doesn't mean broken, ignored doesn't mean bad. Sometimes the trucks nobody wants are the ones quietly doing everything right, while everyone else pays a premium for a warranty they'll need sooner than they think. Kingdown in driveways across the country. There's one truck I almost added, but it deserves its own video entirely. If you want to know which modern truck is quietly repeating these same mistakes right now, watch that video next. It'll change what you look for before your next purchase. See you there.